Welcome, and I'm going to explain the failing of Borders Bookstore. Uh, I'm Alex Anderson, and this is for the class GEB 3213, Business Communications, class number 7547. So, let's begin. So, what went wrong? Well, Borders was a bookstore. It's a chain, well known for having books. But that was about it. See, the problem was we turned into a electronic era where everything was online, internet, things that you didn't have to physically hold within your hands. And Borders decided not to keep up. They decided to just stick with what they have, the books, the textbooks, the learning books, but it was all paper. See, they did not have market awareness. The market was steering towards electronics, something new, something fresh, and Borders thought that this change was just a fad, something that was very temporary, when in fact it was a revolution and they took the back seat. So, what went wrong? Lack of awareness, lack of following the customer appeal. Because when there's appeal, you have to go to it. You can't have the customers just come to you. You have to find out what they want. So, what are some things that they could have done? Well, first they could have rethought, and before they tore down their company, they could have rebuilt different ideas, turn their books that they already had into electronic books. It would cost a lot of money to do so, but the problem was that other companies were already doing it long before they did. They had to jump on it. They saw what was happening, but they did not take that opportunity. They did not appeal to their customers' needs. And because of that, Borders chain is no longer on the market. They had very poor planning. They should have thought, what if something like this happened? Would we keep up? Would we have enough money to do so? And I believe that their company had the funds and had the opportunity. They just didn't have the desire to change. So they failed due to not keeping up with the customer desires. And this could have very well been done. You see the changes in the market. New electronics are being thrown about. Customers are flocking to these things. So why didn't they move on along with their customer base? Some companies that did do just that was Books A Million, which is the second largest in popularity of bookstores, with around 267 stores in over 33 states. And another company was Barnes and Noble. These are companies that took onto that bandwagon and continued along with the electronic revolution. They still have paper books. You'll find their stores all over the place. But the thing is, if you desire, you can do the shopping online. You can find your books. You can have a whole library, millions of books, and a tablet. Now that's a big thing they have now. They have e-books, e-readers, which are tablets that you can store books on. You can buy books through the Wi-Fi, through internet, go onto their websites, and have it downloaded onto a tablet. Such ebooks as the Nook, the Amazon Kindle. Amazon also offers a whole website program, the Amazon Audible. You can hear your books. You don't even have to be reading them. You can enjoy just listening to someone else read them for you. And then you also have companies that branched out for other markets, still in electronic books. One such is Chegg, which sells electronic textbooks. We all know books are very expensive in college, and a lot of that cost is from the materials and the licensing to produce these books. They can cut down on prices by doing all the books electronically. You just have to have one copy and publish it electronically. Everybody gets the same book. There's no paper trail. There's no footprint there. So some of the ideas we had were, you want to put the scanned books into electronic form. This would cost a lot of money, but it would keep you relevant. It would keep you aware in the customer marketplace. Go where the customers are. You'd want to usually plan ahead of these problems. Think about doing this stuff before you get to that cutoff point where your business goes down. You need to have planning, and when you finally plan and the need arises, you need to implement your plans. You need to consider the costs and staying in business. Is it worth it? And I believe that with Borders and Books A Million and Chegg, all these companies are making a killing because we are in the electronic age. Internet is freely available to most people, and the books that we still need, they are able to produce and provide. So the supply is there, the demand is there, and they're getting their businesses. They're selling the books. So that's my report. I believe that Borders could have very well jumped along the bandwagon. They were one of the first ones to see it, but they decided to stick where they were. They had all the opportunity. They just never took it. And they are no longer in existence. And we can learn from their failures. We can learn that planning, brainstorming, rebuilding, and implementation of our plans will keep us in business. It will keep us going. We just have to appeal to the customer desires, keep an awareness of what's changing, and consider if it's worth putting ourselves into those situations. If we should go along with the trend or consider it just a bad trend. We have to understand what has been done in the past and implementing in the future. All right, so my name is Alex Anderson once more, and I hope you like my presentation.